Hello, and welcome back to the Hypothyroid Chef Kitchen. I'm Ginny Mahar, your thyroid health and cooking coach, and today we're making one of my favorite basic protein recipes, lemon dill chicken. This one's light, it's fresh, it's bursting with flavor thanks to garlic, lemon, and plenty of fresh dill, plus just a little touch of coriander to keep things interesting. This one's a winner for spring and summer meals, and it also happens to be gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, AIP, low carb, and of course, thyroid friendly. Best of all, it's incredibly versatile. You can bake it, grill it, pan sear it, shred it, whatever works for you, and you can serve it all kinds of ways. Put it on top of a salad, tuck it into a bowl with some roasted veggies, or I love it alongside my quinoa tabbouleh, which I featured in my previous cooking video. You'll find so many uses for this recipe. It's just great for meal prepping and those just easy, delicious, thyroid-friendly meals. So let's dig in and get cooking. All right, so real easy. We're just gonna throw together a simple marinade here. We'll start with a few tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and about a tablespoon of minced garlic from about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. After that, we'll add about a tablespoon of fresh dill. Lemon and dill is such a classic flavor pairing. I just love it in the warmer months. It's so refreshing, and paired with just really simple ingredients like extra virgin olive oil and garlic. Just a really easy, simple, foolproof marinade. Okay, you could also use dried dill here, but fresh really is best for the best flavor. Okay, next we're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground coriander, and this is just gonna give it a little bit of extra flavor. I love coriander. Coriander is a seed spice. It's basically the seed of cilantro, and you might have heard me talk about in some of my other videos how cilantro has some natural chelating abilities, meaning that it helps us process and remove heavy metals from the body. And so you can get some of those same benefits from coriander. Now, a quick note for my AIP friends, this recipe is AIP friendly as it's written, but I did want to mention the coriander here because seeds and seed spices are eliminated on the autoimmune protocol, and that does include coriander seed. But a few culinary seeds like coriander or fennel seed are sometimes allowed in small amounts during the elimination phase, depending on who you ask. So there's a little bit of a gray area and some differing opinions here for the elimination phase. That said, if you're in the elimination phase of AIP and not eating seed spices, you can just leave the coriander out. The chicken will still be full of flavor thanks to the lemon and garlic and fresh dill. Okay, next to our marinade, we're gonna add the zest of 1 medium lemon. Now, zest is really great in marinades, not only because it adds really nice flavor, but also because it does add some tenderizing abilities to the marinade with those oils in there. So it's kind of a win-win. And then for our lemon, we're gonna juice half of this into the marinade, and the other half we're going to save for, we're gonna put the slices on top of the chicken as we bake it. So I'm gonna save that for later, and this one will juice. So we want about a tablespoon of juice, or about the juice of half a lemon. I like to use this tool. It's called a citrus reamer. It just helps you get a lot more bang for your buck when you're juicing citrus. Okay, next for our seasoning, we're gonna do about 1.25 teaspoons of fine sea salt. This is for about 2 pounds of chicken. And about 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. Then we'll just whisk that together. This smells so good already. And I'm just gonna dump that in with my chicken breast. We'll give it a toss, and then we wanna marinate this for anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. Now I'm gonna be baking this today, but as I said, there's so many ways you can do this. You can marinate it and grill it. You could also cut your chicken into cubes and make like chicken skewers with it. You can pan sear it, but doing it in a baking dish is really nice because it's just so simple and we end up with a lot of nice pan juices. Then you can like shred it. So it's really great for meal prep that way. Sometimes I even marinate it in the baking dish just to save on the dishes. But today I ended up with pretty small chicken breasts. So there's like 6 of them. So I'm going to make them in a 9x13 baking dish. So just to kind of save space while I'm marinating, I am going to leave this in a bowl. I'll cover this, pop it in the fridge, and I'll meet you back here in a few hours. Okay, our chicken has been marinating for a few hours. It's all flavored up. Let's go ahead and get it in the oven. I've got the oven preheated to 425. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this into a 9x13 pan. Now you could go smaller, but really the main thing is that you want to have a little bit of breathing room between each chicken breast so that they cook evenly. And again, this recipe is using about 2 pounds. My particular batch, I got lots of different sizes of breasts. So oftentimes the chicken breasts are a little bit bigger. Typically you'd see like maybe 4 chicken breasts in 2 pounds. But I ended up with 6 here. So I'm going to use a little bit of a bigger dish. And yeah, this looks perfect. So we can make sure that, if they're touching a little bit, that's okay. We just want to make sure that they're able to cook evenly. Also, we want to add that marinade to our pan. That's just going to help give us lots of flavor and juice. Just getting every last little drop of flavor out of here. And then remember our half a lemon, we used the other half for the marinade. So I'm going to take the rest of this and we'll just cut it into about 1/4-inch slices. And then we can put those on top of our chicken breasts just for a little bit of extra flavor and just to make them nice and pretty. Let's go that big guy there. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and pop these in our 425-degree oven for about 25 minutes, and then we'll take a temperature. All right, while the chicken is cooking, let's talk a little bit about why this recipe is such a good fit for those of us with hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's, and why it works with so many different dietary needs. So chicken is, of course, a really good source of very lean protein, especially our boneless, skinless breasts, and it's especially rich in selenium and tyrosine. Now, both of these are key nutrients for thyroid function. We're also using garlic, which can help support our detoxification pathways, our immunity, and then lemon is really rich in vitamin C. So this is one of those simple recipes that's also going to deliver not just on flavor and flexibility, but also a lot of different thyroid-friendly nutrients. All right, so I'm just pulling our chicken out of the oven. I think we did pretty good. We're looking really done. There's lots of nice pan juices in here. I'm going to use my instant read thermometer to take a temperature in the thickest part of the largest breast. And what we're looking for is at least 160. There will be some residual cooking time. 165 is considered the safe temp for poultry. So we overshot just a bit, but not necessarily a bad thing. So that's it. Lemon dill chicken. So easy. We're going to have this for dinner tonight with my quinoa tabbouleh. So this will be a really wonderful, fresh, light, and lovely meal. This is a great meal prep option. I'll just show you really quick. If you are making this for meal prep, one thing you can do, move this lemon over here, is you can take 2 forks and just shred the chicken. And that'll, it'll soak up some of that juice, but then you'll have that for so many different uses to throw in your work lunch or put it in a bowl, put it on top of a salad or something like that. So lots of different ways you can use this. We'll probably have these breasts whole tonight. You could slice them into medallions. And of course, there's several other ways that you can prepare this. And I've outlined those in the complete blog post that accompanies this recipe, instructions for grilling or pan searing this. But yeah, so just another option, you know, can use 2 forks to shred that. But let's go ahead, we'll give this a quick taste and see how it turned out. Lemon and dill, such a classic winning flavor combination. I absolutely love this. Wonderful, easy, simple protein option. Handy not just for dinner tonight, but surely for lunches and leftovers throughout the rest of the week. All right, thanks so much for joining me in the Hypothyroid Chef Kitchen today. If this recipe inspired you, go ahead and like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more thyroid-friendly recipes like this one. The full printable recipe, once again, is linked for you down below in the video description, along with a free gift that I know you'll love, my thyroid-friendly grocery guide. It's a super handy resource full of my favorite go-to ingredients to help make thyroid-healthy meals easier and more delicious. If you give this recipe a try, let us know how it turns out in the comments. I'd love to hear what you paired it with. All right, thanks again for cooking with me today. I'm Ginny Mahar, the Hypothyroid Chef, wishing you happy cooking, happy thriving, and the best of health. See you next time.